was employing about 500 plus people in New Brunswick, and not a lot of knowledge, a lot of noise about it, but like Skillsoft in Fredericton, that's 200 plus people there. PQA also in Fredericton has more than 200. So like there's some like big chunks of employers that are actually keeping people going in this industry. And on the edges of that e-learning, of course, there's the whole gaming, animation as well, graphic art, graphic design that is also fits into that whole world. 3 online universities have their home in New Brunswick, so they're in this industry with Landsbridge and Yorkville and Emeritus University now. Emeritus is actually quite large. They're growing and have quite a presence now in Fredericton as well. Financially backed by their parent company, which is the University of Phoenix. So if you hear about that early leader in online degrees of the U.S. University of Phoenix, and they're a massive. I don't know how many students they have, like 500,000 students around the world. So Emeritus is their Canadian experiment, still financially backed by this huge mothership hit down in Phoenix. So some good things that are happening there. Also, we got like a critical mass in e-health, and some people that I've heard estimate like 30 to 35,000 people employed in IT roles in New Brunswick, which I'm not sure how widely they define IT, but that was one estimate. Mapping the digital media kind of is the next slide, and if you want, I can for people that are interested in this slide, I can email it to you as well, because it kind of maps out like, so who are some of the companies that are doing what in New Brunswick, and I did a poll and asked a bunch of people to kind of feed in to give me some of the names of the companies that are doing which kinds of things, and design this map around it. And I probably haven't got everybody, because I just I only got about 10 people that I asked that fed information to me, but still something that if you're either trying to start a company or you're trying to find an employer and saying like, who are the people that I should be contacting, it's a good one to kind of look at and see who's where. The way I've organized this is that people that are in the inner circles that are that's kind of lighter blue, including the ones inside this selected thing here, would be ones that I would consider like more, I think, core digital media type of companies. Ones that are in the outer circle, they might have some digital media kind of elements to their companies, but that's not really a core part of their business. And then I did the 2 slices, the pie slices that come out of here are smaller size companies that might have less than 10 people working in that, and then slicing it up the other way. Another one I kind of took out or differentiated anyways, were people that have a significant presence in New Brunswick, but they're actually not based here in New Brunswick. They're based wherever, Toronto or New Hampshire, Germany or AGFA, whatever. So different, some other location there. But anyways, to kind of map out who's doing what in different, in terms of our critical mass of digital media companies that we have in New Brunswick. It's still not that huge number, really. Like, you think that's not a huge map of companies. It's one that, if you're trying to find a partner, you're trying to get a job, whatever, like this is a doable list to work from, and try to work your way through that. Trying to figure out where you fit in that whole map. Okay, so NRC is working as a local node for this Canadian Digital Media Network, and The next couple slides just talk a little bit about NRC and what that's all about. With the 4 locations, I'm working this year in the Fredericton location, and that is the headquarters of the NRC IIT. So the NRC is divided into all these different institutes, looking at different areas from space to bio, and marine stuff, and I don't know all the different, building materials. They've got a whole bunch of different research institutes, but information technology is this one, and Gatineau, Quebec, and Moncton, New Brunswick, and Ottawa. So those are the main locations. The mothership of the NRC headquarters over all of the institutes is in Ottawa. So what do we do? NRC IIT provides a competitive advantage to a whole bunch of different industry sectors, including, the next one is the research focus on 3D imaging, modeling, and visualization, and on that, in the showcase trade show area there, there's a kind of video thing running displaying, our group, the group in Ottawa deals with this area, and they do some really cool things, doing LiDAR scans of big objects and ending up with massive databases that they can sift through and have you kind of work your way through that imagery in different ways to amazing detail, such that they can use that. For example, I mean, and these aren't, when you think of the excitement of entertainment, of animation and gaming, some of these things don't sound a lot exciting because they do things like they'll scan a bridge structure in Quebec. That we worried about this, but they scan a bridge structure, and then a year later they scan the same bridge structure, and they can see, like, if there was a tiny little hairline crack on the bridge a year ago, they'll be able to see that hairline crack. But then in a year's time when they do it, they would see that it shifted 2 millimeters, and that could be important if it's an indicator that the bridge might be going to collapse, which they've had some troubles with some of that kind of thing happening with some of their infrastructure in Quebec. So maybe not that exciting, but it's a pretty important thing that they're involved in and looking at. So human-computer interactions is a group that deals a lot with that, and it's not actually just all IT geek type people. They've actually got social scientists and others that are involved in there, looking at it from sociology point of view and trying to figure out how do humans and computers interact and how do you design their human-computer interfaces. The natural language processing group is another one that works in trying to figure out how do you deal with language and spoken written language and try to process that and be able to have computers work quickly with interpreting and using that kind of information. Learning and collaborative technologies, that group is based in Moncton, and they've got some really good stuff happening there. They've got a neat partnership going on right now with Desire to Learn, creating a new learning management system it's used in our K-12 school system in New Brunswick. It's also used in colleges and universities. And
shuffling it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, better keep moving it. Okay, so benefits for the New Brunswick cluster. Like, what are we trying to get out of this whole thing? So, out of our connection to the CDNM, basically we're trying to get access to that whole network. We want to promote what we do here up to them, so they know what's going on in New Brunswick. So that's one of the things. So me being here, finding out things that are going on, in Miramichi and some of the things that I'm hearing here, that helps me when I'm talking to them. Connection to the broader digital media community, so we're connected with what's going on there. Market intelligence, access to venture, private capital. That other one in the middle, collaborative partnerships. If there's ways to partner, that's pretty important. I'm going to skip over the next couple slides and we go to maybe just the previous one there. Yeah, so some of the different things that are happening. You know, we got this, you know, working group that now we're getting a group of people together, trying to figure out like what can we do to take advantage and to hook into that. So a group of people in New Brunswick to meet together to figure out what do we do to hook in and make connections, things that are helpful to you know, students, researchers, companies in New Brunswick. Whether that means like, you know, new types of internships, new programs, new whatever. We're just trying to figure out whatever we can find that can benefit New Brunswick. We're going to try to figure out ways to get that back here. We participate in stuff there, like the Canada 3.0 conference. They have this annual conference that's kind of interesting, and we made some connections in there. The Jalloo Festival here, come back here. We were trying to get some of them from Waterloo to get here. Didn't happen just because of some timing stuff. We've got people at the ModSim conference. We're at the New Brunswick Innovation Forum, a special theme around digital media that is going to be happening at that conference.